Now this is the good life. Just getting to upload unscripted madness, just flick record on whatever the hell I'm playing at the current moment, and easy editing. You know, I should check how said videos are doing right now. Man, fuck it. Dear God, those views are atrocious. I mean, hey, these videos are doing alright. Better than my average. Oh, you're right. I could do better. Babe, bring in the... Before we jump into mechanics, we have to handle... What? Yeah, I'm using multiverses. I haven't played Project Playtime since February, and it will stay like that until they update. Because I bet not even you play this game. So you're going to watch multiverses, and you're going to like it. Am I understood? Good. One of the reasons why I was avoiding Dogday to begin with, and the reason why I did miss the light first, but I now realize I was over-exaggerating the problem, is how it can be canon that he's even in the game. And I was starting to lean towards honestly just letting him be in his original form before he got viciously harassed and touched by Catnap, which would just be like Catnap but orange and a dog, as this Bobby Bear hug image shows proof of that. Or he would look like this monster.
Good luck. Talk soon.
Hey, Angel, wait.
But both of those options are just previous monsters with a new head slapped on, so I really wanted to find a way to make this legless amputee design work. And the only way to make that happen is to make it so the Hour of Joy came early for Dogday. We already know that Catnap was being manipulated by the prototype while the company was still running, I think. So we could just say, you know, Catnap and Prototype got their grimy hands on Dogday a little early. If you find that funny, you're not alone. But that said, Dogday would be another short character that I'm covering, meaning that there will be a rule applying to him where... Why am I explaining it? I'll have Past Riptor explain it to you. Mr. Light would be the second shortest character right next to PJ, meaning the same treatment I gave PJ, I'm going to give to Mr. Light, where the vents and low-hanging areas don't affect her. She can just walk right through them at regular speed. You understand? No, you don't. I'm going to let 4 month ago me explain it to you. It's just like survivors, PJ does not need to crouch down in low areas, like doors, vents, low conveyor belts. When every other monster would need to crouch down, slowing down the chase, PJ will stay at the same speed, meaning survivors might want to avoid low-hanging areas, or else it could be their death. Thank you, Past Riptors, for the explanation. Yep, anytime, man. What's mine is yours. On top of that, I would even go as far as to give Dogday a buff when he's in low-hanging areas, like vents or anywhere where a normal monster would have to crouch, just to make him that much more unique, and because that's all he did in his chase. My bad if I actually sounded like Dogday in these beginning clips here. I had just woke up and wanted to get it out of the way before I had to get busy on other stuff. But now that we've talked about how Dogday could actually work in this game concerning the lore, what model we would use, and what benefits that would give him, we could finally move on to the...
My name is Crafty Corn and I will destroy the world. Yeah, my name is Crafty Corn and I will destroy the world.
If anyone can give me a Dogday primary attack in the comments that isn't like the most boring thing ever, then I'll I don't know, I'll give you an emoji cookie. Point is, there's no way to make a primary attack for Dogday interesting. It's pathetic, really, like this plushie I got it from off Amazon. So he will just be getting a basic slash attack similar to Huggy. Exactly like Huggy, but I'll give him this. I'll give his primary attack more range than the other primary attacks. Not more range than Mommy, because that's stupid. If she even has a different range, she should. But that's pretty much it for his primary attack. God, I hate talking about Mommy Longlegs. Like, imagine walking past someone's room while they're doing something Poppy Playtime related and you just hear them calling someone Mommy. Like, come on, we got people with wives and kids playing this game. You can't have them saying that, as sad as that is. And Raven Team Leader doesn't like it when I call other people Mommy, so there's that too.
Catnap versus Pomni rap battle.
Don't use the smiling critters. Don't Use the smiling critters. Don't use them. Don't use them. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. God damn it, they're in the thumbnail. I tried to be original, but hey, it's like the most memorable part of Dogday. And I left this part out of the discussion about the lore we had earlier of how Dogday could fit, but Dogday is a nice guy. He wouldn't go out and hunt these workers. The only way he does that is if there's people inside of him. So in order for Dogday to work in this twisted version of the lore we have to make for him to be present in this prequel, we'd have to say that courtesy of the prototype, this isn't Dogday's first time consuming critters, and in fact had to do it all the time before so he could help out in killing the workers. As criminal and dirty as that is, I promise I don't hate Dogday. It gives him with the coolest set of abilities that both revolve around these smiling critters. Because let's be honest, the fuck else was I gonna make him do? I am gonna try my hardest to be original with the smiling critters, however. I'm not gonna copy the mini huggies, and I tried my hardest not to copy any of you guys in the comment section of the catnap video. Even though you probably commented with the intent of me using your idea. This guy, however, who I did confirm to that I would probably use the smiling critters for Dogday instead, gave a brilliant concept, and his whole point was that the smiling critters would be more of a danger than an alert system, and I am dapping that up in the most brilliant way ever. I fully believe in that, and that's what I'm going to try to do. The smiling critters are more weapons for Dogday rather than tools, because as I said before, he's defenseless and weak and pathetic. Bro, it's July 7th, give it up. With true Americans set aside, let's finally talk about what you're here for. The mechanics, how the critters are going to work. Pressing the ability button will have Dogday vomit a critter on the floor. No animation, it works exactly the same as Mini Huggy. And once they're out, they will do the same as Mini Huggy. Which is nothing. They'll sit there and they'll do nothing. You can put down 4 to 5 of these guys. I swear I'm not copying the comment on that one. Once you've used up all your critters, you can no longer make any more. Not how the Huggies work, where you make one and then the last one disappears. No, you just dead, can't make any more. There's a way to get rid of them, there's just not a command for it. Speaking of commands, that is the only way to get these critters to do something. They won't do anything unless you tell them to do so. With that said, the smiling critters that you place will be highlighted across the map, meaning you will always be able to see the location. Hovering over them will cause an arrow to be visible right above them, exactly like the Singularity and his little camera things in Dead by Daylight. That's right. I got on Dead by Daylight for this example. You guys owe me. Owe me what? I have no idea. I don't know, maybe like a blowjob. Anyway, making this cursor appear above your critters that are either across the map or right next to you will give your first ability a different command. Pressing the ability button while this arrow was over your critter will give the critter the command to do a dash forward. You could be across the map, or, preferably how I would play Dogday, chasing the survivor into the critter and then making them launch the player. This little dash forward will go directly straight and will do a very good amount of damage, maybe like half the player's health bar. It must do a lot of damage because they one-shot you in Chapter 3. How strong are these things? Any critter that hits a player will magically disappear, or maybe it could have an animation where it flops over and dies after it hits someone, and then that's when you can place another. When using the ability without having your cursor over other existing critters, you can place any of the critters, including Catnap, which I think it'd be funny if, when getting hit with a Catnap critter, it'll give you the beginning stages of the gas effect I made in the Catnap Ideas video. It really wouldn't affect anything in the gameplay, since Dogday can't even cooperate with Catnap's gas. I just think it'd be a funny little mechanic to kind of freak out the player, and the chances are like 1 out of 8, so yeah, it's not affecting much. I would love to see videos of people getting like 3 catnaps in a row though, and like using them to put people to sleep with the fucking gas. I think that'd be awesome.
You can't be here. You can't stay.
So far, the critters are alright, but if I finish up Dogday here, getting into the game, you'd stare at your critters asking,
Why are you just standing there?
because right now they're not useless, they're a good ability, but they need more. They're just shells of their great potential, shells of what I am about to make them. Hovering the cursor over one of your already existing smiling critters, and then pressing the ability 2 button, puts you in their POV. You become the smiling critter, while Dogday sits there, lays down, gets a rest, chokes on the other critters a little bit. He needs it. He needs that break. It's very in character for him to just lay down dead. I mean, listen to this guy. He needs help. He sounds like he's giving Catnap the big old gok. You're telling me he wouldn't, like, lay down after a good old chase and take a break? This man is dying. He is suffocating. This man, he would definitely just lay there, you know? We could even have it so when he's laying down, the lights in his eyes actually go out, and he looks like the nice Dogday, because he technically is when we're not playing as him. And while Dogday's laying down, unable to do anything, recovering from the inside pain, you would be in the tiny little POV of the smiling critters, being able to run around and jump, which normal Dogday unfortunately cannot do. Jump pretty high actually, like high enough to jump over fences and stuff, with the debuff of not being able to pick up players. The critters would not have Dogday's speed boost on crouched areas, but their speed is not affected, which their basic speed would be pretty decent. Not too much faster, but pretty decent since they seem to be slow in the main game. But as you can imagine, these critters are not just walking cameras. I said they'd be weapons, therefore they have a... The Smiling Critter's primary attack is the same attack you can activate on them while you're playing as Dogday. It's that simple lunge forward. However, in the POV of the Smiling Critters, it is way more effective because you can chase them yourself with this ability. However, this is the only primary attack in the game, or any primary attack that I would suggest, to have a cooldown itself. At least a cooldown that's longer than 2 seconds. Maybe a good, like, 10-second cooldown. So if you miss the first 2 charges on your Smiling Critter, you're better off switching back to Dogday and seeing if you have better luck there. Successfully hitting a player with this attack will also still remove the Smiling Critter and bring you back to Dogday's POV. Since the Smiling Critters are slower than the normal monster, if you're losing the chase, you can dash up to them and use it as somewhat of a speed boost. Pressing this ability will simply return you back to Dogday's POV and leave the Smiling Critter where it was. I know. I'm so good at this, right? I know, yeah. Don't ask me to do Bunzo. However, as a Smiling Critter, you still see the cursors for the other Smiling Critters. So just like when you're playing as Dogday, if you hover over the other Smiling Critters across the map, you can use this ability to transfer to them, switching POVs back and forth, flawlessly, between 4 or 5 critters. The intro to this ability did not say first ability. This is the only ability for the Smiling Critters, meaning we have fully wrapped up Dogday's moveset. Now I know what you might be thinking. Kind of underwhelming. But if you look at the 3 characters we have in the game right now, they're also kind of underwhelming. This isn't Dead by Daylight. The characters aren't supposed to be game-changing. And even with that said, I treat you guys because all my ideas have some game-breaking mechanic that they would never really add. Although by watching the video it may seem fairly basic, you guys underestimate how overpowered rotating between 4 creatures across the map is. 4 of them having like top tier snake level stealth and a really good attack. If anything, I think this would be overpowered and we might have to take Dogday down like 2 critters. But with that said, I'm happy with what I have. It feels like you're fighting an army. And I was really thinking about using this mechanic for Catnap, but that on top of the gas is way too much for one character. So Dogday was the perfect candidate, because he's useless and weak and pathetic. Anyway, I think I've just about covered every important character to the Poppy Playtime franchise. I guess I'll see you guys in Chapter 4. That's actually really sad when I think about it. See you in 2 years?
Who is it?
Open the door now!
Ready up, though, head wide. Fixed up, and now we swinging on the same line. You got me erratic, I'm passing up on a date night.
Next call, please ring me on the other line.
Yeah, ready up, though, head wide. Fixed up, and now we swinging on the same line. You got me erratic, I'm passing up on a date night.